No, he's just getting one Virgin one, and he's doing the snaps.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's like you call it nods. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Shall I look?
So just stealing you for the video, but that's it.
Is that the mic or line level? Oh, you're I'm going to do the I haven't set up yet, so we get these shots. Actually, mate, is it mic or line level again?
I think it's line.
Is it?
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
it's not long.
I have a feeling it could be mic actually.
I think the audio of that I'm going to go. One of the kids called beats up just for fun. I see the start of it. It was really quite slow. It was like 19th century kind of stuff.
No, not going to It's come back.
Of course.
I'm up live and recording. I'm going to finish on reading just make sure. Yeah, so. And your piece of camera got back to like, definitely right.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm very proud to be involved in this launch today. Elvies play a big part in promoting sports and an active lifestyle, and this is something I believe in, and I'm so happy to be here. I think it's very important for sports and physical activity in the lives of young people. I think it does promote social activities as well, and to be out there, to see them out there today was very special, and for me to be there participating with them and to meet them personally, I think it was nice for them.
I used to work on the summer soccer schools when I was in college, and you just see the kids, like some of them are into football a lot more than others, but you still see them all playing alongside each other and having fun, and that competitive edge comes out in them. It's fantastic. Obviously we want to have as many kids on it as possible and to have the backing from Intersport Elveries, and obviously for me, I've come through being on the soccer camps as a kid, from coaching on them, and it's great to be involved promoting them as well.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So the boys ETP has 4 strands to it. We've got the League Emerging Talent Programme, Foundation, under 11s, 12s, 13s and 14s. Then we've got the regional blocks, which is for under 12s. We've got the Centres of Excellence, which will cater for the under 13s. And then we've got a National Academy, which caters for the 14s, the 13s and the 12s. So they're the 4 strands of the programme. 30 league centres around the country, 10 regional block centres, 10 Centres of Excellence, and then 3 different age groups each year with the National Academy. We're so lucky here. We're lucky all around the country, but this is an unbelievable facility. You've got the best of dressing rooms, classrooms for video analysis work. We've got 2 brilliant pitches of grass and an AstroTurf. So that all helps. I mean, we've got great help from the Delata Hotel Group. They've pumped in some some money into us being able to have facilities like this and have the gear for the kids and have the gear for the staff and all that. So, you know, having those sponsors is a big help as well.
The boys programme, we've got myself, Ryan Casey, Nigel Nocton and Emmett Payton as the coaching staff, with Damien Burke as the physio as well on site. So basically every Monday we have the boys in here from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. So we'll touch on individual sort of tactical and technical elements for each player, but also obviously for then smaller units, so breaking them off into defenders, midfielders, attackers, where we'll do a little specific game work with them to lead them into the 11v11 game as well. That's what we want to try and get, that continuation all the way through the age group, so that the boys know when they go up to that level what's expected from them, and individually, but also then in their units, but also then in the team philosophy is what's expected from players playing in a mid-block to players playing with a high press, so that they can understand all of that from that younger age. We're planting little seeds for them as we go along through the age groups, so that at the regional Emerging Talent programme that we're planting the smaller seeds to then obviously plant more seeds as they get into the centre of excellence, to then go on to under 14 National League and then obviously the under 15s international team.
Well, it's important for the rural kids that probably don't get as high a level of challenging matches as the kids in Dublin. Obviously we don't have a centre in Dublin, we use the National Academy in Dublin. So I think for the kids around the country to come in, play with the best, train with the best, against the best, it raises the challenge for them, it brings up their level. So from that point of view, I think it's a big help to those kids. You've got to challenge them to see who can move up the grades and who can move into the next level. Some of the boys will obviously play National League next year under 14, some of them may not for one reason or another, but what we hope to create here is players that can play in the international under 15 team, who can play in the National Academy, and then we can take them through maybe some senior internationals eventually, hopefully.
I think that's vital as well for these kids and for any kid in Ireland, that they're looking at a senior international team and going, we've got a chance of playing there, because look, some of those lads have played League of Ireland, some of those lads were in the centre of excellence as these kids are now. So I think that's vital for them, and looking at it and going, we've got a serious chance of going into this. But also the standards and the way that we set our teams up to coach them is all the same. So that same philosophy is running all the way through those international teams. So when they do see that senior international team, that they can look and go, that's the way we trained, and that's where we set up as well. So it's brilliant for them to actually see that, absolutely.
Gio, we're here speaking ahead of games in June, coming up thick and fast, UEFA Nations League. It's looking very exciting for match. It's almost like a mini tournament, really.
Yeah, I think this is a special camp for everyone involved. I think we've done all our preparation with the friendlies, and this is when it matters. And we're very excited to get going, and we're very excited to see what lies ahead of us.
It's pretty much a year ago when you had your first camp with Ireland, a very special camp for you. Obviously, against Andorra and Hungary when you made your debut. How special was that?
I think it was very special. I think it's crazy how far the nation and personally on my personal level, how far I've come in this international stage. I think we've done so well and we've improved massively. And as I said to you, I think this camp is going to be a great test for everybody. I think we have great ambitions for this camp. We want to do well in this camp. Ideally, we want to finish top of the table in this camp. And I do believe that we are capable of finishing top of the table. I think based on what we've achieved in the last 12 months and all the preparation we've done, this is our goal, and this is how ambitious we are. And I think we should be this ambitious. And I think if we can go in the next few games and get ourselves right and prepare very well, I think we will shock the world.
We're coming into these matches on the back of March, of course, a very special moment for the whole squad, having so many people at a friendly against Belgium, of course, but a friendly nonetheless. That home support was fantastic, that goal as well. Your profile has really gone up since then, do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's the home support that we need, obviously. It's very important to have that home support. You can tell how special it was. And I think it made it more special when we score against they score in a full arena, the uproar and the noise, and it's just really wonderful. I think we've been playing very well. We've been putting performances that we're proud of, but that does come with the energy the fans gives us as well. I think as we were 2-1 down, and the energy they gave us an extra 10% to try to get that draw against world #1 at that time. And you can see what it means to the players and how special it is for us. And I think, as you said, my profile being up, I think it comes from my teammates and the coaches believing in me, and everyone believing in me, believing in the players. That's how it happens. You can't do everything by yourself. You need people supporting you. And I think it's very important that we get that support again.
What you're saying there seems to embody what the group is at the moment. The group really seems to have engaged with the support over the last year, and the support has really come to him. And that relationship has just continually improved. Have you seen that other players talk about how the support is behind them?
Yeah, we always talk about it. I think the support is crucial for the players, and belief and the confidence, and it does intimidate the opposition. When you come to a full Aviva, you don't want to be there. The roar from the fans. I think it gives the players a lot of energy, but it also intimidates the opposition. And I think it will be a crucial part in coming in these games, in these upcoming games. And as I said to you, we're ambitious. We want to do well in this competition to get ourselves, give ourselves the best chance in going to a European competition again. And that's where we want to be. And I'm sure the fans want to be there as well and the nation. We all want to be traveling to these big competitions. And I think if we can put performances that we're going to be proud of, our family's going to be proud of, the nation's going to be proud of, I think we will do very well.
We've also got that trip to Armenia, which is going to be a really tough test at firstly, and then we come back for a game under the lights against Ukraine. That's really going to be such a key match, isn't it? Against what is really difficult opposition.
I think every team in this competition is going to be difficult. Armenia away is going to be difficult, as well as Ukraine at home, and we've got Scotland, and we've got Ukraine away as well. So it's going to be a big test for us, but we have to take each match as it comes. No game in international football that I ever played is easy, so it's going to be difficult. But we're prepared, and I'm sure the coaches are prepared. I've seen the amount of work they do behind the scenes, for the players, preparing us, and all the coaches giving the players all the off-season program. I think I was fortunate to finish early, so I think I'm very excited for this camp based on all the preparation we've done, and that's all we can control. But I think we're preparing very well, and you can feel, I have this feeling in my gut that tells me that we'll be okay. And I'm just very excited for this.
Finally, I suppose we just look across the year. The year probably started in Andorra and Hungary, and then you've had this incredible season at club level, getting promoted, the Papa John's Trophy, of course, scoring at Wembley, the success you've had with the international team, won so many games as well, but the goals you've scored, I suppose, it's a bit cliche, but this little mini tournament, these games in June, perfect way to round off what has been the year of your life, I suppose.
Yeah, sometimes I have to pinch myself to realise how good of 12 months I've had in club and country. But as I said to you, the platform I've been given and the opportunities I've been given has made it easier for me to be doing the stuff I'm doing. I think this mini games is going to be good for us. This mini competition, this mini tournament, it's going to be a good test for all the players and for us as one, really, to see how far we've come. And I've said to you, we kind of matched Belgium, and I was disappointed we didn't come out with 3 points. We put it up against Portugal. We've been competing against one of the best teams, if not the best teams in the world, and we've really showed what we're capable of. So, but now, as I said, we have to put that to test and when it really matters now. But I'm very confident in the team. I'm very confident that we are gonna display some performances that we're gonna be proud of. And we, based on how we're prepared, that's why I'm very confident. And as I said to you, I'm excited to see how the camp goes.
Hopefully it all goes well for you in June. Can't wait to see you there.
Thank you.
Which history had played at a World Cup final, so a special day all round that.
Oh, it certainly is. It's a fabulous occasion. Centenary match against the #1 ranked team in the world.
Bene, for those for whom his international career is very much in its infancy, but he's already struck a couple of goals for the Republic of Ireland. Good for him again there, but cleared by Jason Denayer. Banakan. Now Batshuayi looking for options, but he takes the option of going for goal himself, and that's a superb strike. Belgium really pricking the balloon of the party here in Ireland on this centenary celebration, with Batshuayi striking first for the visitors.
And that is some goal. It's a goal out of absolutely nothing. Give the ball away in midfield. Batshuayi makes a decent run out to the left-hand side. It's a terrific goal-scoring record actually for Belgium. Look how quickly he comes inside with very little backlift. Just bends it into that far corner. It's terrific technique.
Lovely, happy days, man. Chelsea in a little bit.
Really is a goal of the highest quality. Moves it onto his right foot so quickly, opens up the goal and bends it into that far corner. That is top class.
40th cap. Makers, lovely little link up with Vanaken, really hitting their stride now, Belgium. And Batshuayi brings it in. He was just off balance when he struck it, but he has got the deflection and the corner.
Well, maybe on the strength, Belgium. They're still full of real quality. Switch the ball from the left to the right. Batshuayi eventually gets the shot away. He was working hard, but chasing shadows early on.
Really seem to have been spooked by something. Here's Knights. Now Robinson. Doherty gets in behind Tielemans and keeps it alive beyond Ogbene. It's Robinson, and Dendoncker sticks to his task. McLean. Robinson pulls it across, Duffy closes in. Ogbene! Spectacular! That's the way to get level! What a start he's made to his international career!
What a noise inside the Aviva. Wow. Second best for over half an hour. The last couple of minutes has been a bit of intensity in Ireland's play. They keep it alive. And then it's an absolute piece of magic from Ogbene. Numbers in the box. Fighting for Ogbene. With the overhead kick, sets himself up and draws Ireland level. He had it all to do, back to goal. Sets himself up, and the overhead kick finds its way into the back of the net. Absolutely doesn't matter.
Yeah, where's the best person? There.
So who wants to special for the live? Off the ball?
Okay, yeah.
Play their way out of pressure, but Seamus Coleman.
Hi guys, we'll do 10 minutes live, and then the next 10 minutes after that will be embargoed, so make sure we turn off all camera live equipment at that point. Ashley, do you want to get us underway for Off the Ball?
Yeah. Hi, Ashley here from Off the Ball. How are you?
How are you doing, Ashley?
Good. Michael Obafemi is included in the squad. He's 12 goals for Swansea this season. What do you think he's going to add?
Yeah, I've been to Swansea a few times, obviously, because we have Michael Obafemi there and Cyrus Christie and Ryan Manning playing together, and it's the first time in his career, Michael, that he's had a run of consecutive games, and it's very hard for young players in the Premier League to get that. Just the standard is so high and squads are so big, so they moved to Swansea, which is a great club and a great platform to really do well in the Championship, and you can see really the improvement in his play. I've seen him do aspects of his play that I hadn't seen previously with Swansea. His hold of play has really come on well, and he's shown great football intelligence, aligned to the speed that he's got, the natural speed he's got. So the performance I've seen recently for Swansea are better than I've ever seen from him. So his rate of improvement has been very high, and obviously 12 doesn't take penalties, and he scored 12 goals in 16 games, so he's done very well.
And what's your relationship like with him?
Oh, Michael's great. Yeah, I've had a few meetings with Michael, and you know, listen, if everyone was the same, life would be dull. Michael's a charismatic guy, and he's you know, but I know he's very proud to play for Ireland, and he's excited about coming in, and he's speaking about family coming to Ireland for the games and so forth. So he's looking forward to it.
And is it a concern that Irish players' involvement in the Premier League this season has fallen for a record low in terms of minutes on the pitch?
Yeah, that's a big question, you know, overall. But I think we just got to concentrate on the players that we've got, and myself as manager. You know, we've had a sort of radical overhaul of players over the last year, and we've got a strong squad now, and I think we're missing some really good players. Matt Doherty has been one of our best players over the last year and a half for sure, is missing, and Adam Ida, who really was coming into his own at Norwich, and Andrew Omobamidele, who's been exceptional for us. They're out of the squad. They're not available, but yet we still have a lot of options, and that's we're going to need everyone with 4 games in 10 days, and two travels, one to Armenia, 7 hours, the time difference, and to get ready for that game, come back and play the 2 games, and then go to Poland. So it's a big challenge for us.
Gavin?
Hey Stephen, you told us about CJ Hamilton. Is it a case of him contacting you to say he was eligible for Ireland?
No, not quite. No, but obviously he was someone that I had little information on. You know, to be honest, you know, I know he played his first 14 years, or he lived his first 14 years in Waterford. Played in the Kennedy Cup for Waterford, but then he went to England, and he came really, you know, the road less travelled to come to the conference in England for a couple of years, and up through League 2 and League 1 and into the Championship, and it's a very interesting journey. And obviously he's a very, very quick left winger, a lot of pace. He plays on the right as well, and he can play on either wing for Blackpool, and he has a very good attitude, and he's made a good contribution. And he's had to contend with some injuries over the last year. He broke his metatarsal, which kept him out for the start of the season, and then it didn't heal properly, so he had to contend with that. And but in the second half of the season, he made a good impact for Blackpool.
Is this the first squad that he was ever eligible for in terms of?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Especially have a Senate call up as well. I mean, do you see him as right wing back?
No, I really see him as a right winger. I think, in my opinion, at the moment, I see him as a right winger, but I think he's someone who can play right wing back, and that was a factor in the selection as well. I think we need, because Seamus Coleman missed a game against Arsenal last weekend with a groin issue, and you know, so we just had to make sure that we're covered in that area with Cyrus Christie, obviously, and we've other players who can play there, and Festi is another player, gives it an attacking option. I don't see him really as a defender, but wing back isn't necessarily a defensive position, depending on who you're playing and what your tasks are within that game. He can come from deep and be effective as a wing back. So but he not every game he's played has been perfect. He's still learning, and but his speed really frightens defenders. And I see these games with the pitch been big in these games. Like, I think against Ukraine and Scotland, no one's going to sit in, and I think the games will be really stretched, and speed will be important. And even Armenia are not team to sit in at all. They quite an attacking set up the way they play, and so I don't see any of the games really with a low block as such, you know. So I think it's the games will be stretched and open.
And just lastly, is Seamus out for Armenia?
No, he'll be okay. He'll be okay.
Thanks a lot.
Any further questions in the live section?
Stephen was talking about Michael's improvement over the last few months. There's no sign of Aaron Connolly. Where is he sort of pecking order at the moment?
Yeah, Aaron, you know, is not in the squad, of course, and he doesn't feel right himself. He feels the heel that he's been playing with and getting injections with towards the end of the season to play, that it's caused him a lot of discomfort, and so he wasn't available for selection. But I think obviously he's had a long period. I think players, when you talk to some people in England when you're going around the clubs and a lot of the coaches, they often say disregard a player's first loan. You know, that's a saying that they sort of have that. I said, how do you mean? They say most first loans are not always successful. And he played a lot of games for Middlesbrough, and that was good experience for him. I'm sure if he has another loan move, he'll be better for it.
I know you'd expect he probably will get a fresh loan then going into next season.
You know, I've no knowledge of that, but it's, you know, you would suspect that would be the case.
Just as well, I can ask, there's been speculation that John Eustace might get the Watford job. Is there any genuine concern that you might have to look for another new coach there?
It wasn't really concerned, no, you know. That it didn't materialise, so it wasn't a factor.
Sean?
This window would be your longest for the squad since the Spain camp last week. I know there's a few travel days involved, but how valuable is that extended period with the side?
Yeah, it is. It's an 18-day camp, and we're viewing it like a tournament, you know, and it is. And sometimes if you go to a tournament, the max, a lot of countries will play is 4 games, so unless teams really progress, and it's you know, we have to view it like that, and we have to prepare it accordingly. It's different. Some of the players finished 4 weeks ago, some finished 3 weeks ago, and some finished this week. So, you know, Damien Doyle has sent out, even to all the players on, a lot of the players on standby, heart rate monitor, or sorry, not heart rate, you know, GPS units, so the players have been, wherever they've been, they've had to log their stuff every day, to make sure they're ready to come in, ready to go, and we have a record of everything that everyone has done, and we have to, because it is a challenge. You don't play for 4 weeks, that becomes 6 weeks again, the matches, and then, you know, how do you get up to speed? So it is a challenge for some players. Obviously Nathan and Seamus just finished last week, and so we have to sort of modify and look at everyone on an individual basis to try and maximise their physical capacity.
Okay, we'll finish the live section now if that's okay, and we'll switch to the